We're joined by Metrorail spokesperson Lillian Mofokeng. Lillian, good evening to you. Welcome to the program. So sad that this is happening in Transport Month. October is Transport Month in South Africa, and we've got these two injuries, one male and one female, aged 21 and 25. Just tell us what you can see and what's happening on the scene. I'm assuming you're on the scene right now. What's happening there in this moment?
Currently, I can confirm that we had a technical meeting between Metrorail and PRASA engineers and Johannesburg Roads and Roads Agency, whereby we have looked at solutions of how speedily can we be able to clear this bridge that collapsed. The bridge collapsed over our overhead electrical equipment, thus making it impossible for us to operate trains. So we are here with the teams from our side. JRE technical teams are also on their way to come and assist us so that we can clear and chop away this fallen bridge that is on our tracks. So we are hoping that tonight still we will be able to clear the line, and we will work around the clock to try that as speedily as possible we assess the safety of the equipment so that we can resume services speedily. We understand how this will inconvenience our commuters. However, we plead with them for patience as we are trying to restore to the normal functionality of the line.
All right, Lillian, so just to reconfirm, for everyone that uses this particular service, the route between Johannesburg and Germiston is now suspended and until further notice, until you're able to clear. Just want to confirm that.
Yes, definitely. For this afternoon peak, we have not been able to run trains, and we anticipate that even our morning trains might be affected, so that service is suspended until further notice.
All right. So we heard from the MMC, and I don't know if you were able to overhear some of what he was telling us a little bit earlier in the program, Dr. Mqini. He has shared with us that commuters had made and laid complaints about this particular infrastructure, which then leads us to the question of who is listening to commuter concerns around the infrastructure at various railway stations.
From Metrorail and PRASA side, we are very much engaged with stakeholders when it comes to any issues of safety within our operational environment. And I can confirm that the bridge that is under question now is one of those many bridges that falls in the responsibility of the JRA. So we have had them saying that they will be confirming the asset if it belongs to them, but we can confirm from our side that it is definitely not our bridge. So we are waiting for that process. I'm sure from where the MMC is talking is mainly from their issues of the challenges that they are dealing with. But in our case, we do have continuous engagements for safety of our communities within which we operate to try and mitigate such risks. And this has never been escalated to us as PRASA.
All right, so again, just want to confirm that this bridge is not one of yours, and these are questions then we would need to put to JRA. So we will definitely try to do that. Just to get to the bottom of this maintenance issue, it's one of the issues that have been brought up in terms of how the maintenance audits are being done. Can you just share with us from Metrorail's perspective just how rigorous the maintenance is and how you're red flagging certain vulnerable infrastructure and then feeding that news onto commuters in order to avert any potential crisis?
We are all aware of the fact that PRASA is in a journey of recovering our services, and we have been building the highly vandalized infrastructure across Gauteng so that we can be able to resume services. And the bridge is not one of the areas that we were actually focusing on because the bridge was not necessarily vandalized at the time that we resumed services. Hence, we are saying that for now, as part of clearing this bridge, we will be cutting it out and removing it completely so that we don't exacerbate the problem that currently exists in this particular area. So we will be working with JRA and making sure with all other stakeholders that there are long-term solutions in as far as making sure that all our bridges within areas where we operate are actually well maintained and are safe.
I want to, as a closing question, Lillian, go back to that point about all the consumers, all these stakeholders that are responsible for the delivery of, for example, in this case, rail transport. Judging by the pictures that we've seen and the fact that it just collapsed spontaneously, severely threatening human life, and as you heard from the MMC, had this been peak hour, the picture would have been very much different. How are you all talking to each other, collaborating? Surely, if somebody's looking at the Metrorail infrastructure, they're in the area. They might as well just, have a look up and see if the bridge is rusting or something. Is that kind of collaboration happening? What happened today certainly suggests that that is not happening.
That is supposed to be happening. Hence, we are now reviewing and looking at all those protocols that are supposed to be there. If those did happen and are they taking place, and most importantly, if they are at all effective. So we are in that process of making sure that we look at that to avoid any other incident from happening. We are of the view that one incident is too many, and this cannot be accepted.